What's happening, Dan Lawless here, back with another video. Just wanted to give an update on the Marko Arnautovic situation. I done a video yesterday about on the West Ham week about Arnautovic, the reports that Arnautovic wants 200 grand a week to stay at the club. That got obviously a lot of West Ham fans angry and upset, and some obviously who felt like maybe he deserved it. So it was quite interesting. But he has come out on Instagram and replied to the story and said this: "Wow, more and more bullshit. Don't believe everything what people say, okay? Bless." It's great to see him actually coming out and denying it. And this is what I said on the video. This is what we don't understand, like when I do these videos. I'm not coming out, I'm not painting myself up as an in the know. I'm not giving these stories to you as facts unless they are facts. As I said in the video, take it with a grain of salt. The report from Claren, who said West Ham insider, all right? So I said take it with a grain of salt. So I think a few people thought that I'm like stirring the pot or something. I'm just giving my opinion based on what everyone's talking about. You know, it's good to see that he's coming out and denied it. Now, does the fact that he's coming out and denied it mean that it's not true? No, it doesn't. But, you know, I believe him. I believe that there is quite a large chunk of the story that is bullshit. Now, I think he probably does want a pay rise. I wouldn't blame him. And this goes back to what I said about the whole Hernandez thing. I think like Arnautovic is on something like 120, 130 a week, where Hernandez is on 150 a week. You know, I think a lot of people put it down to greed. Wanting more money is greed. And I don't see it like that. Yes, like he's getting paid a lot of money. But you've got to look at your wages relative to the people around you. Like if you're doing a job and you're earning 100 grand a year, right? You're buzzing off that. That's good money, right? You're well happy. But if you've got some other bloke who like barely turns up to work, you know, he when he's at work, he's lazy, he's on his phone all the time, he's not doing much, and he's getting paid 150 grand a year, you're going to be not happy with that, and you're going to be thinking that you should be getting paid more than him, and you're going to want more money. You know, you're not sitting there going, well, I'm getting paid 100 grand a year and that's good money, so I'm content, you know, and everyone else around me is getting paid more, or him who's not as good as me and does after work's getting paid more. You're going to want and trying to get more money. I don't see any problem with Arnautovic potentially wanting more money at the club and wanting a raise. Now, 200 grand, that figure is probably a bit overblown. I could see him wanting maybe the same as Hernandez, maybe wanting that 150k or more. But again, this is just me speculating. You know, and this is the thing with these stories. Like, you can't really buy into them 100% unless the players come out and said it. So, you know, there's the story about him wanting to leave, which is interesting because there's a few people saying that, like, I haven't seen this about them denying about the fact that he wants to leave, or he's considering it, but because it was an interview, I think, in an Australian article, whether it's lost in translation or it was just made up. But that's another thing. Like, but he hasn't come out and explicitly said, "I want to leave West Ham." You know, he is a good player. He is, like I said, he's in the prime of his career, and he probably wants to win stuff. I said, I don't think anyone should change how they feel about Arnautovic and their opinions of Arnautovic based on these stories that have come out. Until it happens, until he comes out and says it, you know, don't fully buy into it. Like I said, we can look at the likelihood of things, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm happy for him to have a raise based on what other people are getting paid at the club. I mean, it's probably likely, as I said, that Hernandez will be moved on, but I suppose it was just the fact that he did get paid. That once you've set that precedent, and I think X put out a story saying that Hernandez wages is causing a bit of unrest amongst other players. Just the fact that he's contributed so little. A lot of players are going to get the ump with that. And like I said, it's natural. It will happen in any job. If the highest paid bloke at your work does fuck all, right, and he's lazy and he doesn't turn up. I'm not saying Hernandez is lazy, but I'm giving you an analogy. But, you know, they're just not really contributing, right? And he's the highest paid player at the block. Everyone's going to have the ump with that. Doesn't matter what you're earning. Yeah, I wouldn't say Arnautovic is greedy at all. And he puts in 100% on that pitch every game. He just, lays it all out there, tracks back, defends. So, like I said, I don't think we should get on Arnautovic's back. I mean, there's a Paul Merson, actually, I want to touch on that, has come out and said that he should be playing for like a bigger club, and Man United will probably come in for him, or Liverpool or something like that. And you know, I mean, Man United maybe could get into that side right now. I mean, they're a bit of a shambles themselves. They're not doing too well at all. Like, really, for him to go in, that's a bit of a mess. I mean, no doubt they're a bigger club, but you want to go into a situation where you're in a club that, you know, is stable and you can get regular first team football. And if I was him, I can't see there being any Premier League teams where he's going to get regular first team football, Champions League football guaranteed, and competing for trophies. But there's not, like I said, there's not that many clubs where you're guaranteed that in the Premier League, where maybe you could go abroad, maybe play in the Bundesliga, like go to Dortmund or something like that if he wanted to. But we want him to stay at West Ham. We love Marco, and I think next season is the season where we're going to be looking for things to step up. Like I say, it's going to take time. With Pellegrini's coming in, load of new players, new philosophy, you know, and I've said at the start of the season, this might be just a mediocre season, you know, and we have to, you know, accept that. Sometimes, you know, it's going to take a bit of time. So thank you guys anyway for watching. Just wanted to put that update out there. Like I said, this is all about just what I do, is just give my opinions based on the stories and let you guys know what the stories are. I'm never saying anything as fact unless it's fact, like with the David Gold coming out and saying everything that he said. But yeah, go back and watch the West Ham week if you haven't already, and look out for the rest of the lads this week with some videos. And I'll try, if I can, I'll try and do some stuff out in Cyprus by the pool. So leave your comments below. One thing left to say: come on, you Iron.